What's going on YouTube? This is Austin from Austin, North Dakota here, coming at you again with a new video for you guys tonight. And tonight, it has been a while since I've last done a video like this, but recently I got all the albums by Judas Iscariot, so I thought, why not? Let's do a discography ranked video. So welcome to the discography of Judas Iscariot ranked. So yeah, Judas Iscariot only has 6 albums. He only put out 6 full lengths in the span of his career. So this should not be a very long video. I'm sure of it. No need to get in a real big hurry because, it's only 6 albums, but still. Alright, so let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm gonna throw on some Judas Iscariot. It only makes sense. Oh, hold on a minute. He did put out another album in 2018, but the thing is, though, I'm not going to count it because it was not really part of his discography, at least I don't think. Can someone can let me know in the comment section below. Sorry, I'm still trying to find something here. Okay, I'll play an EP. Alright. So that out of the way, I got Judas Iscariot on in the background. I have his Moonlight Butchery EP playing in the background. Although my favorite EP by him is Dethroned, Conquered, and Forgotten. That's my favorite EP by Judas Iscariot. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Only 6 albums, so this should not be a very long ranking. So number 6 is going to be his debut full length, The Cold Earth Slept Below. The debut album from Judas Iscariot. Just trying to figure out how to hold it. There we go. The debut full length. Like I said, this is a great album, but this is one of his more weaker albums. This was a start for Judas Iscariot. It does have that very raw, almost point to the raw black metal sound. But in my opinion, he didn't really find his sound until a specific album that I will show during this discography ranking video. So that's my number 6, The Cold Earth Slept Below. Most people would have that at number 6, and that's not a problem. Now, number 5. This is where I'm going to upset most Judas Iscariot fans. But for fans of Judas Iscariot, this album is considered to be his best. I personally don't think so. And you probably already know where I'm going to go with this one. This is where I'm going to upset some Judas Iscariot fans, but oh well. Number 5, I'm going to go with Heaven in Flames. A lot of people really say that this is his best album. He combines everything from his earlier works. And it's all meshed into one album. But I personally don't think this is his best. This is still a great album. I love this one. But in my opinion, it's just not as good as one of his other albums that I will mention. But I will say, though, An Eternal Kingdom of Fire and Gaze Upon Heaven in Flames is easily the best songs on the album, so definitely worth checking out. It's my number 5, Heaven in Flames. Number 4, I did watch Quest for Metal. Put this album kind of down low on his list. Far from it for me. Number 4, I'm going to go with Thy Dying Light. The sophomore album, his second album after The Cold Earth Slept Below. Love this album. There are some spoken word parts here and there in this album, but this is a major improvement over The Cold Earth Slept Below. Kind of a more... He didn't get into the whole atmospheric sound. He was starting to kind of go into that route with this album and another album that I'm going to show momentarily. But I will say though, Behold Our Race of Unstoppable Genius is just brilliant. Just a brilliant track. So that's my number 4, Thy Dying Light. Number 3, now this is where it gets really tough for me. Because number 3 could really boil down to any of these 3 albums that I have. But after thinking about it and giving it some careful consideration, number 3, I'm going to go with Distant and Solitary Night. Amazing album, a major improvement over the first 3 albums that he did. But just a brilliant, brilliant album. I love the whole... I like the cover, too, where you see 2 people walking. One's got, like, a walking stick. It's amazing. I love this album so much. And then the back with the Aurora Borealis. It's so beautiful. But I will say, though, The Wind Stands Silent. One of the best opening tracks to a Judas Iscariot album ever. Just amazing stuff. This was before Heaven in Flames, so he was going for more of a kind of atmospheric sound with this one, and my number 2, which I'm getting ready to mention. But it's my number 3, Distant and Solitary Night. Number 2, obviously you guys should know your Judas Iscariot discography. Number 2, I'm going to go with Of Great Eternity. This is where he was going for more of an atmospheric sound. This is more of an atmospheric black metal album than it is just a straight up black metal album. But it's absolutely amazing. The riffs, the guitar tone is just absolutely amazing. But yeah, For the Last Judgment, Draweth Nigh, best song on this album in my opinion. Such amazing stuff, man. Front to back, back to front. I could really listen to this album without skipping a track. But yeah. Amazing stuff by Judas Iscariot. That is my number 2 with Of Great Eternity. Now, obviously, if you guys know your Judas Iscariot discography, you should know what number 1 is going to be. And obviously, to no one's surprise, number 1, that's right, my favorite Judas Iscariot album will and forever will be This Beauty. This is To Embrace the Corpse is Bleeding at number 1. What more can be said about To Embrace the Corpse is Bleeding that already has been said? This is my favorite Judas Iscariot album. A lot of people would say, like I said, either Of Great Eternity, Distant and Solitary Night, Thy Dying Light. But what most people go for is Heaven in Flames. But me personally, the reason why I love To Embrace the Corpse is Bleeding is this is the best sounding Judas Iscariot album. He takes no prisoners on this album. This is just wall-to-wall, sinister, nasty black metal. This is the most evil I've ever heard. Judas Iscariot. This is literally the most evil I've heard. I mean, I awoke to a night of pain and carnage. Bathed in clouds of blood. My favorite Judas Iscariot song. Where eagles cry and vultures laugh. In the valley of death I am their king. Behold the Lamb of God descending. The dead burst forth from their tombs. What more cannot be said about this album that already has been said? This is a masterpiece, man. A masterpiece, and I'm so happy to have this album. I'm happy to have all of Judas Iscariot's albums. Like, if I was stuck on a desert island and I had to bring along a discography, if I had to choose a bunch of discographies to take with me, Judas Iscariot's would definitely be right up there. So that's my number 1. To Embrace the Corpse is Bleeding. Alright guys, so that's it. That is Judas Iscariot's discography ranked from 6 to 1. Yeah, like I said, he didn't really put out a whole lot of albums during his time. But there you go, those are all 6 of his albums ranked from 6 all the way up to number 1. So, if you're a big fan of Judas Iscariot, let's spread the word. What would you guys, or what order would you put Judas Iscariot's discography? Would you put To Embrace the Corpse is Bleeding at number 1? Would you put one of his earlier albums at number 1? Drop into the comment section below. Let me know. And real quick, Of Great Eternity was very close to making it to number 1. But this was like my introduction to Judas Iscariot was this album. This and The Cold Earth Slept Below was my true introduction to Judas Iscariot. But if I had to flip-flop between albums and what days it's number 1, usually To Embrace the Corpse is Bleeding is number 1, or other days Of Great Eternity is number 1. So it could really go back and forth between those 2 albums. Those, in my opinion, are the best sounding Judas Iscariot albums. So again, what would you rank his discography? Like, where would you rank his albums? Let me know in the comment section below. Let me know your guys' thoughts. And yeah, until next time, thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, please comment, like, subscribe down below. Turn on post notifications. You will get more videos like this and more quality content to come. We're going to be getting back into my updated CD collection. Don't worry, that's coming soon. I'm going to start that back up. I have another collection video that I'm going to do, and that's going to be of my Wu-Tang stuff. So, like, all the 2 albums I own by Wu-Tang Clan and a bunch of solo albums from Wu-Tang. So, stay tuned for that. That's coming up. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.